Hello, it's Peace Daddy. I've got a lesson for you today on the 100 board. The Montessori 100 board will help the child to understand the relationship of rows and columns when numbers are arranged in a grid. And it has lots of different types of work. There's lots of extensions you can do with the 100 board, but it mainly helps with the relations between the numbers. So what is a 100 board? What's included? Well, first you have the board, and it has 100 squares on it. Starts with the number one right there, and then of course at the bottom you'll have the number 100. You get a box that has all of the wooden tiles with the numbers that will populate the 100 board. Okay, and you take them out one at a time and use those to do the work. It also comes with a control. So this is for the child to look at their work, and then they can check it against the control to make sure that they are doing their work correctly. So the board, again, is a board with 100 squares on it. Number one is up in the left corner, and you begin taking tiles out of the box, and there's a number of ways you can do it. You could put the tiles on the board sequentially, so you could start out and look through your box and see if you can find the 1, and then after the 1 you could find the 2, and after the 2 you can find the 3 and the 4, and depending on the level of the child, they can refer back to the control to make sure that they are in fact doing the work correctly. But you don't have to do it that way. There's another way you can do it, is you can just open the box that comes with the 100 board, and you can take tiles out, and you can think about where the tiles might go. So I could think that if this first column stretches all the way to the number 10, then this row here is my units row. And that would mean that my second row is my teens row. So I could find where 6 is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that would tell me that directly below 6, when I go down 1 on the board, I'll get to 16. And I would also understand that if this is the teens column, row, this second row right here, then the third row must be the 20s row. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 21 would go right here. So when you're moving to the right, you're always going to add 1. When you move to the left, you're going to subtract 1. When you move up on the board this way, you're going to go down by 10, and when you move down on the board this way, you're going to go up by 10. So let's try a couple of more. I've got 48. Where would 48 go on the board? Well, I know that this is the units, this is the teens, this is the 20s. The 30s must go here, so the 40s must go here. So I know it goes somewhere on here, and I could just count over until I get to 48, but I also know that the last number in the 40s column is 50. All of my 10s are over here, right? Remember, this goes all the way to 10, and down here is 100. So if this is 50, let's see, if this is 50, then I would count back 1, 2, because 49, 48. So 48 would go right there, right? Oh, here. Right there. This is the 20s row, 30s row. This row is the 40s row. Okay, you just pull another tile out, see what I find, 65. So if this is the 40s row, this is the 50s row, this is the 60s row, I know that 16 is here, so 65 is one less, 5 is one less than 6 in the ones place, so I know it's going to be in the 5 column. 5 would go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. So see, it's like a puzzle. There's lots of ways that you can do it. So after you practice with that for a little while, putting the tiles in sequence and just randomly pulling the tiles from the box, if you're in my classroom or if you'd like to purchase something like this from a Montessori supplier, there are cards that you can get called 100 board activity sets. And in the 100 board activity set, it shows you the board all in blue, and it says, okay, put these tiles on there, 1 through 10. And that's what it'll look like. So the directions are place the following numerals tiles on the board, and then this is the control on the back. This part here, to see if you got it right. And then this one, for instance, says place these tiles on the board, and it's all the 10s. So you might want to think about, well, before I put all the 10s on there, what am I expecting to see? What do I think that's going to look like? And then you can turn it over on the back, and there's the control. There's the check. Did you think that it was going to be this last column over here that was filled in? Well, if you did, you're right. And you could spend a little time with the 100 board that way, just thinking about, you know, the different combinations of numbers that you could put into this puzzle of numbers that includes 1 through 100. So that's an early lesson, and not always for the upper elementary child, but maybe definitely something that you would see in a lower elementary classroom for sure. Once again, I want to say thank you for watching. This has been Peace Daddy. See you next time.